Good morning. Today is Wednesday. Wednesday is the day governed by Mercury, and Mercury is currently in Capricorn. Everything is currently in Capricorn. Wow. Capricorn is the constellation that really creates a great deal of heaviness, melancholy, depression, sadness, and one of the challenges of being with our emotions, the ones that feel like we don't enjoy them, is that we live in a Western culture that sort of gives us this idea that it's wrong to be heavy-hearted or depressed or to have grief, or like those things are not normal or natural, and that couldn't be further from the truth. One of the things I've experienced quite a bit of death in my family just throughout my entire life. And so death is something I'm quite, I don't want to say familiar with, because that sounds arrogant, but I've touched it. I've had both my parents, all my grandparents, many aunts and uncles, friends. Like, I just have experienced a great deal of people leaving. And there is a feeling that comes when somebody leaves. And when I tell you, this is like a ghost, like grief. It's almost like they come back and they sit with you for a while before they leave. And grief is a shadow of an experience that comes for you and snatches your breath away. And it stays as long as it stays, and it is a part of the experience of someone leaving. And I remember when my mother died, my mother didn't raise me. My grandmother raised me from the time that I was 3 years old. And my mother died when I was 29. She died when I was in my Saturn's return. I'm going to be doing a course on the Saturn's return to help people understand how to move through the energy of Saturn's return. But my mother died when I was 29 years old, and I remember, being like immediately, like I fell into the deepest experience of despair. It was like I tumbled into a vacuum of, despair and sadness, and it was like a vortex, and I could not find my way out of it. And I felt like I had a hole in my solar plexus. And I remember the only thing that felt like it could fill it up was like being with a man, like having somebody touch deep inside of my body. And I remember knowing like that is not the thing that I should do, so I didn't do it. But I remember there was a despair, and I remember thinking, oh my God, the world is still going, and I have just, like, whoa, like it was really a mind fuck for me. And it seemed like it was unusual, but then after I experienced a number of deaths, as an adult, I realized that is just the experience of death. The one with my mother was unique, of course, but when people die, we experience this energetic thing that happens. And it's so important for us to be able to be with our emotions so that we can know what we're experiencing and how it tastes and how it smells. And there's a value in that, because that is the fullness of the human experience. First and foremost, that's what we're here for. We're here to taste, the experience of sadness and grief and fear and exuberance and joy and happiness and love and bliss. We're here for all of it. We're not here to miss any of it. And in Capricorn is where we go to the depths of ourselves, where we struggle. So it's where we find disappointment. It's where we find heartbreak. It's where we find, the things that are, that create balance in our human experience, right? That's it. It's the things that make us strong, the things that help us see who we really are, what we're really made of. That's the thing that I love about stress or despair or death or grief, is that you get to see what you're really made of when the shit hits the fan. So that's what's happening in our country right now. That's what's happening in our own psyches. We're literally, coming home to ourselves. One of the things that I'm aware of as we are now in this Pluto, both Pluto and Saturn are at 22 degrees of Capricorn. And the thing that I'm aware of, the moon is in Gemini, and I feel a lot of mind chatter. Like I feel my mind wanting to be busy and fix things and, see what's happening and, be really inquisitive. But my energy is like deep and in the depths of like, don't move, be quiet, listen, breathe, and do the thing that you need to do that's in front of you to do, but allow yourself to rest. And so I'm with that. And I'm doing lots of ritual. Yesterday I did cleansing ritual with a client. It's very significant right now for us to let go of the old stories, the codes. It's almost like it's software, to really let go of the software. I'm doing burning rituals in the morning time. Letting go of scarcity, letting go of the story that I need someone to have power over me, like really releasing my belief systems that this government and this system are in service to me in some way, that are good, that are necessary. Asking, where is my power really sourced? How can I really source my power? Who am I truly here to be? What am I really up to this lifetime? Where am I? What is this thing called Earth? Spinning around on its axis, moving through, the universe faster than we can even blink, while we're sitting here right now. What is this thing? What is this? Just going deeper into an experience of oneness with the source of all things, for the purpose of what's happening right now on the planet. I don't know. I don't have the answers, but I know I can feel something, and I can feel something that I've never felt, and I'm curious about it. And so rather than keep myself busy and distracted or afraid, I'm reminded that I'm here right now, that I'm made in the image and likeness of God, and that possibly there's a purpose, or possibly there's something to do or to be right now. And if it is, what is it? Let me know. Let me know. And then I just go about doing what needs to be done, but always asking the deeper questions, always being willing to change on a dime, change in an instant, always knowing that, for most of my life, I've kind of felt this experience coming that we're in now. I've sort of felt it. I've known, something's going on, I don't have all the answers. It's not a logical thing, but it's something that I feel, so I'm asking more. What is it? What is it? So as we're in this eclipse window, the moon today is in Gemini, curiosity. The eclipse is about coming back to ground zero, coming back to a clean slate. So do your best to clear. Don't resist heavy feelings. Don't resist sadness. Don't resist grief. Allow it. Allow it. Trust that you're okay. Trust that all is well. And ask questions. What is this? Why do I feel this way? Have I felt this way before? Is there a reason for this? How can I use this? What's being asked of me right now? And see where it takes you. See where it takes you. Okay, if you'd like to join 13 Moons reading, 13 Moons, we are going to be working on Aquarius, about accessing your inner rebel, the part of you that really comes online to break away from convention and things that don't longer serve you. And we need that right now more than ever. So the first month of that is going to be $20.20. If you're interested in that, you can send me a message. I'll give you the link. And if you want to do a natal chart reading, they're $125, or transit readings, or anything I can do, private coaching, anything I can do to support you as we shift. I would love to do that. I am Monique, the Moon Mama. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.